Yeah, Laurent.
Yo,
I guess we know who the Grinch is of the three of us.
yeah, no, for real. For real. Damn, man, this is actually crazy.
And wasn't it his idea?
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure it was.
Yo, what the fuck? Where you guys
Yo,
coming up
and
with this
and
shit?
and Mandem changed his scenery. He changed everything, and he's like, "Yeah, yo, guys, come on, you got to wear the Christmas attire.
Mm,
Arsenal's top of the league. I'm top of the
mm,
leaderboard in the prediction series." And he shows up like this.
And then he has the audacity to try to page me when I tell him that I don't really celebrate Christmas like that. Asking me 21 questions. And lo and behold, no
Lo and
energy.
behold, he doesn't show up with
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah, man.
I got
Yo,
my
it was
suit and
my
tie
idea.
on.
It was my idea.
Yeah, bro, everything's recorded. So yes, it was.
Okay, okay. That's all I needed to hear. Still, I'll let the fans go back and listen to the recording.
Mm.
Continue though. Continue.
But wait, you're not gonna explain why you don't have on your festive gear?
Like you guys said, bro, I'm top of the league. In the Premier League, top of the Champions League, in the
Yeah, so you
quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup, top of the
okay,
leaderboard. I can
okay.
do what I want right now. I'm
Yeah,
chilling.
but you're the role model. You're supposed to set the example, right? That's the those are the privileges that come with being at the top, right? You set an example. We have kids that listen to this podcast at home. I'm sure it's an amazing time for them, right? This time of the year. And look, the number one guy, you're not acting like the number one guy right now. I'm sorry to say, man. So,
Yeah, because I pass it on to my disciples. You guys are leading by example for me.
oh man, yeah, this is crazy, man. Well, hey,
You
we
know.
can only hope for next year at this point. That maybe Santa drops you off a nice gift, right, under the chimney on the 25th, and you can remember, that joyful moment for next year and have your ugly Christmas sweater for then. But
Or ugly Christmas suit.
But what if I just don't want to? You know what I mean? What if I just don't have a Christmas suit that I want to wear, or like an ugly sweater that I want to wear?
damn,
I
bro,
can I can have the spirit of Christmas without putting on a sweater.
damn, man, that's pretty grumpy of you, man. I'm not gonna lie. And this is coming from the guy that actually doesn't, I don't really do this. But look, you guys both sent me the message, and I was like, you know what? I'm bend over backwards on this
Yo,
one,
this is
right?
crazy.
Yeah, pause.
Yeah,
And
super fun.
yeah, yeah, but
That was
Yo,
the
so
super
how
short
much?
one.
Where'd your girl get that sweater from?
oh, this one.
Yeah, yeah.
Listen,
Where'd she
bro,
where'd she get it from?
listen. You're not privy to that kind of information, bro. Like I don't like to share my
You don't like the kiss and tell?
huh?
You don't
No,
like the kiss and tell?
it's not that, bro. It's like, he's not even in the festivities. I feel like if his energy is gonna like, that negative energy, right? So it's like, don't worry about that, bro. Maybe if you put on yours, I can tell you where I got mine. So we'll leave it at that.
I'm asking where your girl got it. I'm not asking you. I'll hit her up and ask her where she got it from.
All right, yeah.
I'm curious to know. It looks like it. I think the first question I'll ask is if it comes in men's. In like in
Mm,
a large.
yeah, that's cute,
Yeah.
bro. That's that's real cute.
Yeah.
That's real cute.
Oh man. No, I rate it though. For a Grinch, like, for somebody who doesn't celebrate Christmas, I'm proud of you. You're doing
Wow,
things right.
wow. That's yeah. I don't even accept that. Because yeah, you have no right to say, what I mean? Like, just keep that to yourself is what I'll say. Keep that to yourself,
Hmm.
and maybe next year you do better.
Listen, last thing I'll say, keep this up, right? And you might see something extra under your tree this year, and in the shape of blue, in the form and shape of blue, I should say, and in very nice material from the Nike store. That's all I'm going to say. You have a
Mm,
couple days, and yeah,
mm,
just don't be surprised if you see something nice under the tree because of your
mm,
inspirational shirt. Let's put it that way.
Okay, well, listen, since we're going there, I'll just say this. We already know what the result was today. We're back again, 2 games this time. And I think it's time. I think it's time that I bust it out. And maybe I'm sensing a bit of a gathering. Maybe we'll see. And yeah, maybe I think I put in my order right ahead of time, and then I get my thing in blue by then, and then see you in the away leg.
Wow, aren't we privileged, or aren't the fans of this show of football privileged to see at least three more games of Arsenal versus Chelsea before the end of the season?
Is it
That's
privilege or is it like I actually feel bad for the fans because it's going to be a shellacking the next 3 games.
That's what you think, man. That's what you think. But listen, 10 men Chelsea, what do you guys want? What do you guys want for Christmas, huh? What do all the kids want for Christmas? A 10 men
We
Chelsea
what I
or an
want for
11 men Chelsea?
Christmas is an 11-man Chelsea that Cole Palmer plays.
Okay. All right. Wish granted, you'll get that. Unfortunately, though, you will not get Caicedo in that first leg. Sad to say. But
And whose fault is that?
yeah, it's his.
Uh,
It's his. It's
uh,
his. But nevertheless, right? We'll show up 100%.
mm,
And heck, it might even be a plus for us because who knows, man? With that guy and these kind of fixtures, he gets very heated. So,
mm.
yeah.
Well, as you're teasing it, um, we are actually recording this early just because of the festive season. So you guys will be listening to this on Boxing Day. Um, we just want to get this out for you early, and like Laurent and I have been teasing, CJ is the Grinch of the three of us, unable to show up with any attire because he is the Grinch. But hey, like he said, he's the top the leaderboard, and that's the example he wants to set for the kids. Um, Rebel status. If none of you saw that on video, I suggest you go to video. Um, Arsenal booked their tickets to semifinals. Um, we led for majority of the game. Honestly, I think we dominated. I would say 80 minutes of that game. A lineup that I don't know if CJ you even saw coming. I did not expect to see. I would probably say like three of those players or like combination that we saw. I did not expect to see that. It did take us like 15, 20 minutes to really get into the game. Um, Martinelli for me was cooking. He was cooking Richards. Like he had an unreal game before that knee injury, that knee on knee. Um, Madueke had a couple chances, and I think he should have been clinical on at least one of them when he had that semi breakaway. Um, Saliba looked a little bit more crisp. He was demanding his position, especially with those headers, because Benitez was trying to hit the long ball to Mateta, and every single time Saliba was there, and he was there and thereabouts. Um, and the last thing that I'll say before I hand it to you, CJ, the man of the match for me, honestly, if Palace had gone through, or even honestly, there's a shout for Benitez because the Palace keeper, some of the saves that he made in this game, like the reactionary saves on Jesus, the last second save on Declan Rice, his positioning, it was unreal. I It was an unreal performance by him, and I would say he's the only reason why it went to PKs. If it wasn't for him, I think Arsenal could have scored 3, 4 goals. But for me, the man of the match, you're in Timber. I think he was just
Hmm.
everywhere. He was popping up on the left, the right, left center back, right center back, left wing, right wing. He had a great chance to score that again Benitez saved. And in current form, he is the best right back in the world, hands down. I don't think there's any other right back in the world that's better than him. Not right back is double edged, Laurent. You can't just be good going one way. Jurriën Timber is the best right back in the world.
Wait. I just took it. You said, wait, what?
Jurriën
Nah,
Timber
no,
is
no,
the
no, no,
best
no,
right
no,
back in
no,
the
no,
world.
no. Wait, so who is he better than?
Doesn't matter. Name anyone and I'll take Timber over.
What? Nah, man. No way, no way, no way you're taking Timber over a fit Hakimi, bro.
Yes.
Damn. Yeah. I think that's a stretch. I mean, I can see
That's not a stretch because Hakimi is brilliant going forward, but his defensive work rate is a little questionable at times. There's nothing questionable about Timber.
But I don't think Timber has that. Even when you say going forward, bro, I don't think he's better than Reece James going forward. If we're being completely
Because, but
honest.
we're talking about a right back. We're talking about a
Yeah,
complete position. We're not talking about one facet of that position.
yeah, but that's like even then, like going forward, like I don't know, like this game, sure, he had his moment where he pops up, but
Oh, that's harsh. That's
I
harsh.
don't know, man. I don't know. I think he's good. I'd say probably like top three, top five for sure. But the best, yeah,
In the
now,
world right now, I think he is the best right back in the world.
hey man, yeah, I think we can have that save that conversation for another day. But listen, you're the one that sent me that post, right? The starting 11. You remember that? Picked by FIFA. The
Yeah,
world,
that
yeah, the
was
world.
that was last year's world. Talking about current form.
Oh, that was for last year?
Yeah, yes. Based
Oh.
off of performances last year.
Ah, okay, yeah, true, true. You're right. You're right. Uh,
Oh man, CJ,
Mm.
thoughts?
Um, Laurent, did you watch the game? Did you get a chance to see it?
yeah, I saw it.
Okay. No, the reason why I asked is because I don't know. I'm curious to know all of our takes on this game. Um, I I mean, we went through, right? That's the most important thing in cup competition is getting the results. But I'm gonna be maybe I'll be the Grinch for this game as well because um yeah, like despite the fact that we went through, I think the worrying thing for me still is just like the nature of the performance again. And we weren't clinical enough, of course, and it's like another home game. I could have seen Laurent and rival fans, to be fair, saying something like, had we won this game off of the 1-0, I was like, oh, the banter will come in. And rightfully so. It's like, oh, another, 1-0 win at home, and you didn't even score a goal. The opposition scored. It's another fucking own goal. It's another scrappy goal. And it's like, that's two home games in a row now where we've won the game, but we haven't even scored any of the goals. Um, the 2-1 win against Wolves, we didn't score on our own doing, and this one as well. And when the goal went in, I'm like, wow, typically like that's how we score. Like the narrative is set piece again off a scrappy own goal. Like that's like an Everton type goal or like a Fulham type goal, respectfully to those clubs, like mid-table clubs. And I'm like, I still want to see more. And the reason why I'm starting to get concerned is because of Man City and what they're doing and the PTSD of that coming back around. I think that's really starting to creep into my mind. Um, I was talking to one of my homies about this yesterday and about how just a couple weeks ago, right in and around that period where we were beating Bayern and beating Spurs and we had a 7-8 point lead, you're like thinking, yeah, man, Arsenal. This is Arsenal's season to win the league. We got it this time around. But it's almost like we're naive to think that way because it's like how quickly these leads can evaporate, right? A couple weeks ago, like I said, at that point, we had a healthy lead. And just this past Saturday, at some point, you're looking at it and it's like, whoa, City's top of the table. And this is before we played Everton, mind you, right? But they won their game and they're top of the table. And you're thinking, how the hell is that possible? Like City looked shit a few weeks ago. They've lost 4 games. We've only lost 2. And all of a sudden, they're right there with us. And momentum, right? Um, these games, football is about momentum as well. And the momentum that they're on at the moment with their winning streak, their players, aside from Holland, are coming into form. I remember that's something we spoke about a few weeks ago, saying, it's only Holland in form. It's not the same City side. So how long can Holland sustain it? Well, certain guys have come to the party now. Foden has come back to the party, Ryan Cherky. And then we hear the news today that they're very close to the signing of Semenyo.
Yeah.
So when I hear it, all these things, I don't know. Again, maybe it's the PTSD, but I'm watching this at the moment, and when I'm factoring all those other things, and for as desperate as I want it to be our season, you're thinking we got to improve performance wise, right? Like these things are not going to fly, and we talked about it before too with this Arsenal side, where it's like you go up 1-0, you're winning. Don't just keep it a controlled 1-0 or controlled marginal scoreline. It's like when the chips are down, when the opposition is down, and you have the chance to kind of step on their neck and go for the kill. You got to put in 2s and 3s, and you got to be clinical and put these teams away. And 1-0 for me wasn't good enough, and it wouldn't have been good enough. It wouldn't have been reflective of our dominance in the first half. We should have been a lot more clinical. than we were. Yes, keeper made great saves, but it's just like, we need to do more. We need to be top heavy on that end of the pitch and make the scoreline reflect our dominance. I said it a lot last podcast, and I'm saying it again now. And it was very typical that in the dying minutes, they equalized. Right, and I kind of saw it coming. I was like, yeah, it didn't surprise me at all. And again, I go back to the fact that I don't feel like as secure these days that we're going to keep clean sheets, and that's maybe because we're still missing our leader at the back in Gabriel. But yeah, it was just I wasn't surprised how the way the game shaped up at all, in the sense that we finally scored the late goal that we did, but I didn't feel like the game was over at that point. I always felt like there was an equalizer coming back in, and again, that's another warning sign, right? Again, Sunderland away, a last minute they scored to equalize the game. Aston Villa, they scored the late winner at Villa Park a couple weeks ago. A couple of these things, and then another late equalizer today. So it's like I'm starting to see, like a little bit of worrying signs, and I need us to go back to the early season dominance. So that's what I'll say on the negative side of things, I guess, the worrying side, and I want to call it more positive criticism, because we need to. I think there's no doubt about it that we need to fix up performance wise, and again go back to making the score line reflecting the dominance that we have in games, and not being so passive and not being so sort of nonchalant. We need to be a little bit more cutthroat, and I'm looking to see like I said, when City and Liverpool were at their pump in their title charges, they'll put these sides away before halftime and not even give them a chance to get into the game, and that's what I'm looking for us to start doing, because as of late, we haven't been doing that. I think that's just the reality of the situation. However, again, on the positive side of things, we're going into Christmas, top of the league. Again, as I mentioned at the beginning of the podcast, top of the league, top of the Champions League group, semifinals of the League Cup. And if you offered any Arsenal fan that at the beginning of the season, considering even the injuries and things that we've had, yeah, you'd all bite your hand off for that, right? So we just need to now fix up come the turn of the year performance-wise, because as of right now, it's looking good, but it can all slide down very quickly if we don't start fixing up. And it's I think it's important to reflect on these things from a position of strength, which is the position that we're in, right? Like I said, we're in all competitions, top of two of the major competitions. But it's not. I don't think it's. I think it would be remiss of us to just say, "Oh yeah, we're top of all these leagues and we're doing well semifinals. Everything's fine." No, like you got to critique from a position of strength and realize that yes, we're at the top, but we want to stay top when it really counts. And I think our performances still need to improve, because there's a shark in the water chasing us that we need to negotiate. But yeah, all in all, semifinals now, right? That's a good sign. You want to get the result, and we got the result in the end by hook or by crook. And yeah, that's pretty much what I have to say on it.
Only thing I would say to rebuttal the goal that Gahey scored, I think if Raya was in net, that ball would have never got there.
Really?
Yeah, because I think Raya would have controlled the box better. Because you see those balls that are inside the six, and because that was like right on the edge. Those are the type of balls that Raya gets out there. Because you saw Kepa was just waiting back on it. He was just flat-footed. He wasn't anticipating it. He wasn't like I'm not taking away from the fact that we still should have been first to the ball. There should have been someone there. There should have been more of a reaction. We should have put it away more when you completely dominate the game. 17 shots, 7 on target, all that stuff. I'm not debating that, but I think Raya would have dominated the box more, and I don't think that goal would have gone in that fashion.
Interesting take. I might have to look at that one again and see.
But either way,
I actually think.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I actually think Kepa actually had a good game, so I didn't even look at it from that angle. You could be right. When I had to go look at the replay and really analyze it to break it down and see just who was at fault there, but I actually thought Kepa had a pretty good game. And the only other thing I will say to that is I think even aside from the Everton game, Ryan was brilliant. He collected everything in the air. But you've seen a couple of scrambles in the box lately, and that's how we've been conceding those late goals. Again, I drive back to away at Sunderland. Raya was in net, and he was actually partially in fault for that one. If you guys remember when Raya came out in no man's land and missed the ball, got in a tangle with Gabriel, and then the one with Villa was a scramble in the box, and the same similar kind of goal. This scramble in the box, balls in the air, balls hanging around. Raya was in net for that game too. So whilst I do hear what you're saying, I think there's a sort of common pattern though of us not being as commanding in the box as of late, and I think that's how we're conceding some of these late goals, and it's shit. It's shitty to concede this way, and we need to start sort of being more switched on. Maybe I'm being a little bit too harsh, but I think that's the pattern I'm noticing.
You're not being harsh at all, because the words that you're using, commanding, dominating, who's the first person in the Arsenal squad that we think of when we say that?
Yeah, man, like Gabriel. Yeah.
So you're not saying any like I'm just trying to play devil's advocate because if I'm a goalkeeping coach, that's the first thing that I'm going to see. I'm going to say, okay, Kappa, you're taller than Raya, and yes, I know Raya sometimes goes out there and goes in no man's land, but that's how he's been like instructed to play, right?
Mm-hmm.
And 9 out of 10 times he's there. I would say even 9.5 out of 10 times he's there. And when he does have those lapses, he's relying on having his defenders there to back him up. But in this one, again, I might be wrong, but when I initially saw the goal happen and the way that he was footed and on the line, I just thought it was a lapse in concentration. I thought he could have come out more. I thought he could have made himself look a little bit better, bigger, gone down faster.
Mm-hmm.
So again, doesn't take away from the fact that I think he had an unreal game. Just one bad moment that can absolve the rest of the game. But overall, like you said, we got through. There's warning signs, and then there isn't. We're dominating games. It's just that clinical finish is something that we've been talking about for year over year, and we
Mm-hmm.
thought we signed it with Gyökeres, but it right now it looks like the most clinical finisher that we have is Mikel Merino and Trossard. Which before the season started, you wanted Trossard gone, or we both wanted Trossard gone. Let me rephrase that. And Marino, we thought it was going to be a rotation player, and now he's crucial to the squad, and he captained the side today.
Mm-hmm.
So it's funny how that works, huh?
Yeah.
Um,
Um, Laurent's thoughts? What are your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, no, I think I mean overall, right, it was a good game. Even as a neutral. Uh First half, yeah, you guys were definitely on the front foot, in my opinion. Crystal Palace, I think, had like one half decent chance, which, if I'm being completely honest, was just bad decision making. The one where Mitchell skied it.
Mm.
Bro, he had the pass to Mateta.
Nketiah. No,
Was
Nketiah.
it Nkechi? Yeah,
Yeah.
whoever it was that was making that run, he had that pass, and
Yeah.
that would have been a finish. Like at that point, that could have easily been, but he decided to go with it, right? But apart from that, they didn't do much. And yeah, their right back, whew, that teenager.
Yeah, he was getting dealt with.
Yeah, no, that guy. There's even an instance where he went skating, bro, ice skating.
Yo.
Man, yeah, yeah. But
Oh,
and I
anyway,
know,
when you're making Martinelli look like that, like, bro, it's that kid can, yeah,
Ken Vo, that kid.
yeah, yeah.
yeah. Mans are calling Martinelli, bro, online, the internet's a funny place, bro. After that performance, mans are calling Martinelli, Nay Martinelli.
Oh
Oh,
God.
no, but you
But
can
yeah,
even
no.
tell, man. Like he was definitely getting confidence from that, right?
But I can't lie. I think that says more about the right back than Martinelli, to be honest. That right back, the defending
Yep.
was poor on a few
Yeah,
occasions. Like you can tell that that kid is not ready, you know?
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, that's true. That's true. But yeah, and then second half was they did balance it out a bit more.
Mm.
So that guy got substituted out, and there was another substitution. Can't remember who. And yeah, they seemed to play right. And they were creating some pretty good chances. You guys as well. And then yeah, you guys scored, followed by their equalizer. And from the Arsenal perspective, I think you guys definitely have to do more in terms of being clinical, right? Creating chances, and also I'd say even I mean, it's harsh, but not relying on the set pieces to the extent that you guys, or that it seems that you guys do rely on them, right? For those crucial moments. Because at the end of the day, right, that could easily not go in. You see what I'm saying? Like those set pieces, right? Even though because for me, I think it's the delivery on the set piece that is, for the most part, is what creates the issues, right?
Very
Especially
dangerous. Yeah.
yeah, you have Rice, who is a top taker, right? In set pieces, he knows exactly how to drive that ball in. to make it very dangerous for the keeper and the defenders, and even Saka as well. Right? But
Mhm.
I think going forward, especially for the second half of the season, um, you, no pun intended, but you guys are gonna have to up your arsenal in terms of right your offensive firepower. So,
Mm.
but good game and welcome aboard, as they say. Welcome aboard to the semis. Congratulations. Shit, I almost didn't think you guys, we would face off once again, but yeah, I look forward to it, and I think Enzo and who else is it? Caicedo are gonna have a few words from Madueke like they did last time around. So
Mm.
yeah, yeah.
Hopefully they can stay on the pitch this time around. And hopefully Enzo Maresca is here for this
Oh,
game.
he's gonna be here. He's gonna be here. I know you guys like to, like look at what's happening internally inside our club, right? Peeping through the windows. But we're good, man. We're good. We're good on this side.
Well, like you said, semifinals are set. Newcastle will face Man City. First leg January 13th. Second leg at St. James's. Sorry. First leg is at St. James's Park, January 13th. Second leg, February 3rd at the Etihad. And Chelsea will host Arsenal. First leg, January 14th. That's at the Bridge. And second leg at the 3rd of February at the Emirates. Optically, it looks like advantages both to Man City and Arsenal since the second leg is at home. But how do you two see it? Do you think it is advantage a home team for the second leg, or do you think it depends on how the first leg goes?
I was literally going to say just that. I was going to say, in these type of tight ties with there's four big guns left in this competition, right? It's not like any David versus Goliath things where you got like the Magic of the Cup and the mid-table teams or the championship sides that are still in. Like at this stage of the competition, you have four top quality teams in it, right? And I think sometimes when you get to this stage, the team who has the home advantage second leg, um, I think that could be the edge and the difference. And in this case, like funny enough, probably overall both Arsenal and City go into their respective ties as favorites, anyways. Um, but I think, especially in this case, what helps again both sides, like I said, is the second leg for City being at the Etihad, and then in Arsenal's case, the second leg um, being at the Emirates. But again, all that's on paper, right? The game isn't won on paper, and the favorite doesn't always win. That's why we love this game. So the job still has to be done, and stranger things have happened. But I think both are going to be very tight affairs. Um, both games in both sets of matches. Looking forward to them both, to be honest with you. But yeah, from an Arsenal perspective, we are expecting to come out on top, man. We have to right some wrongs. I think I posted something online last season when I was fuming with Arteta when I was at my peak, you know, Arteta out mode, and I'll find it again and put it in the chat, and we got to find it and run it through for the viewers so we can get this factually correct. But Arteta's record in semifinals is very poor.
Yep,
It's
Really?
very yeah, it's
very
very
poor.
poor. Yeah.
From Europa to EFL Cup, Europa a couple times, no, CJ?
Yep, Europa, yeah, EFL a few times. Yeah, he has a
Champions
very bad.
League.
I think he's like 0-7 or something like that. But
Yeah.
I'll fact check it, or so one of us can fact check it
Oh,
and
and
confirm.
7?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
Something like
he's
0 and 6, 0 and 6 or 0 and 7. Yeah, something like that.
Damn.
yeah,
Wait, so
he's
what
been
happens? Like, what the hell?
Well, a couple of them were like just shitty occurrences, like that sporting a sporting one at Europa. That one was just like shitty ass luck.
Mm,
Um, the PSG one, I mean, I think if we weren't didn't have so many injuries, I think it would have ended it differently. But either way, he doesn't have a good record
yeah
in
no.
semis. Um,
So I think that's one wrong we got to put right. And hey, man, I'll say again. Once upon a time, we can say, "Oh no, we have bigger fish to fry. We're focusing on the Champions League and the Premier League. So if we go out in these competitions, it doesn't really matter." Well, we've thrown away these cup competitions in previous seasons to try and throw everything at the Prem and Champs, and still haven't won either of those. So I think now we're in a position where we have the squad. We should be fighting on all fronts, and I think the way Pep has used this competition in the past is you use this because this is the earliest trophy you can win, right? So you win it in February or March or whenever the final is. It should be a springboard and drive you to go and win the other competitions for the rest of the season. So imagine what winning this competition could do for a boost, for a lift for these players who've never tasted silverware before. It's like, shit, we won this now. Let's go on and win for the rest of the season. Let's go and win another one of the big ones. Let's go and win a Prem or Champions League. So I think we should treat this. Even me, I'm changing my tune on this competition this year and saying that we should try and look to win it with the squad that we have. Arteta's starving for a trophy, and he needs one to get the media off his back and get everyone off his back. So I think we should take this one pretty seriously.
Anything else to add, Laurent?
No, no.
Um, Going quickly through the Premier League preview. Manchester United, the only Boxing Day match, and I think CJ called it out last pod. The only Boxing Day match, and for viewers, listeners, you will be hearing this pod on Boxing Day. So you do have one game on today. Manchester United starting match day 18, hosting Newcastle at Old Trafford. Apparently, Bruno Fernandes is going to be out weeks with a hamstring injury. As much as I hate him, he has been the lifeline of United. And if I am Ruben Amorim, I am worried. Lissandro Martinez played well in there in that little cameo, but I am worried. I don't know if you two feel the same, but I am I would be petrified if I'm Amorim because he is a lifeline. He is the one who brings them back. He's the one who scores those crucial free kicks. He's the one who's always in the referee's ear to get those calls going their way. It's going to be tough sledding for them. And I think this game is going to be too much. Maybe they get a result with a draw. But yeah, this is going to be one of those tough games. And this is one of the games that we are predicting. So just keep that in mind. Anything else to add to that before I go into the next game?
Nope.
No? CJ?
Yeah, not really. I think as well. Yeah, I think they're going to be in some trouble because it's not just Bruno who's their spearhead, but they have a couple crucial players as well from Afcon who are going to be
Yeah.
missing, like Ahmad, Diallo, and Buemo. So that's just the cherry on top.
That's a lot of creative. That's a lot of creativity that's going to be out of that squad. Nottingham Forest, again, they lost on Monday night to Fulham. They look to stay out of the relegation zone, but they're hosting City. Again, City at the City ground, but Man City, who, again, could go atop the Premier League because they play before Arsenal.
And we have the tougher game this week, to be fair.
Yeah.
I would say.
I don't really see anything aside from a City win here.
Yeah.
And the more worrying sign is the fact that Semenyo looks like he's headed to Man City. Another attacking option.
Where are they going to put him? That's
probably left wing instead of Doku.
Damn.
Yeah, man, I'm telling. Pep is ruthless. My only hope is that with the Bruno Fernandes injury and the uncertainty around Pep potentially leaving City this year, is that United just go in and they pay like 75 million and get Semenyo. Because if he goes to United, he would be starting week in and week out. But if he goes to City, he's maybe starting once a week. But I don't know. Do you guys think Sean Dyche can do anything in this game, or do you think it's just 3 points in the bag for City?
Yeah, probably not. I think City's got this one.
Yeah, I agree.
West Ham, they host Fulham. Fulham got a crucial point. Marco Silva, my boy. Again, why you always make fun of me for my love for Marco Silva?
Oh, I'm just laughing, fam. The way you said it,
Oh, yeah, I fucking love the man. He's just,
got a nice head of hair.
Oh, listen, man. When I'm bald in like 2 years, I can't be saying that anymore. So for now, I will say it. But when I'm bald, I can't be saying that shit. Where was I going with this?
Fulham.
Sorry, yes, Fulham. Missing key players. They got a result. West Ham, they need to get out of the relegation zone. And I've said this several times. I do not want to see any, unless it's Spurs, I do not want to see any London club get relegated. Not even Chelsea. And I do not want to see West Ham get relegated. It's just not good for the sport. But if they don't pick up a result here, I think they're pretty much saying done is too early because we're going to be 18 games in, but being on 13 points after 18 games, that doesn't bode well. 5 points away from Forest as it stands right now, like it does not bode well for them. And again, Fulham, they can jump to mid-table. They're currently sitting in 13th. Sorry, they can jump to the top half of the table if they win. They can move up to 26 points. So there is some context in that game, and I think it's just going to be too much for West Ham, unfortunately. Do you guys think Jared Bowen leaves, or do you think he just rides it out?
He seems like a lifer over there.
What about Paqueta?
Yeah, yeah, I think he'll go.
Saudi?
Mm,
Because I don't know any Prem team that's going to come in and
grab him.
pay for him.
I was gonna say, yeah, it seems he missed the boat with that one. He has a chance to go to City, and then I think that fell through because of his scandal, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
Brentford. They're kind of looking to put a couple wins together as they host Bournemouth, who again they're maybe losing their talisman come January, the $65 million clause, and Bournemouth currently sitting in 15th. They might get dragged into a relegation battle themselves if they lose Semenyo. CJ, do you think Arsenal should be going in at 65 for Semenyo? Because there's some rumors that Arsenal are shopping Martinelli and a couple Saudi clubs do want him and a couple Italian clubs want him.
Yeah, I think the timing is just bad because he wants out as early as January. There are clubs in and around us who will pay the money in January. Is Semenyo the difference between us winning the league and not? I don't think so. I think this is a conversation that I think we'll all have maybe next podcast or another time. I'm curious to know what your guys' thoughts on how good you think Semenyo actually is. Like, is he actually that guy? You know, how much better even does he make City? Is he a game changer for City, or is he just another good player in their side type shit? You know.
Hmm.
So I don't know, conversation for another day, but I still think there are better left wingers out there that we can get. So I'm not like devastated if he goes elsewhere. Um, I still prefer the Rodrigos of the world in that. Yeah, I mean, regardless, we need to upgrade our left wing. So whether that happens in January or the summer, it needs to be done. Semenyo is not top of my list, but he is a good player. I'm not taking anything away from that.
Okay. Laurent, anything to add? Or just
Nope. No.
okay.
They got
Arnie's.
they got Garnacho over there. They're good.
Oh, sorry, I forgot. Forgot. I forgot to ask my barber to put a slit in my eyebrow today. Sorry, two slits.
Yo, that guy to me, he's very interesting, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's almost like you have to do a double take when you watch the guy play. Because like, are you actually good or you see what I'm saying? Like,
I know
nah,
those
man.
ones.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
My favorite man, Arnie Slot. Arnie Slot. Will they give Wolves their first point since August? Will
Nah,
this be the game?
nah,
No.
nah.
Yo, CJ was about to come through the fucking camera and punch me in the face. His face.
As a matter of fact, I can tell you guys this because you guys are competing with me in FPL. But I'm this week in my FPL, I'm using my free hit card, and I've put like 3 Liverpool players in there because I'm thinking they're all going to get me points. Like Kanate and Van Dijk are both at the back because I think they're going to get me clean sheets. And I put Ekatike up top in my team. So I use the free hit card and just put bare Liverpool players in there because I'm like, I think these are like certified bankers. Like everybody's collecting points in this one. I don't give Wolves a prayer, to be
Mm.
honest.
Now, the only other question that I want to ask in this game before we move on, with Isak breaking his leg, Salah gone to AFCON, which I'll just say this right now. I hate Liverpool, and I think it's pretty known.
Oh, do
But
you? Shit, we had no idea.
I just had to put it out there. But to any fans actually cheering that Isak broke his leg, shame on you. Shame on you. The man was crying. Like he literally just got back. He looked like he's getting in form, and he breaks his leg. So to any Arsenal fan, to any fan, like being happy that he broke his leg, shame on you. Like, what joy do you get out of someone else's misery? I just have to put that out there because I've seen a lot of like posts being like, this is what you get for leaving the Merseyside. This is sorry, leaving St. James and the Geordies, blah 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 blah. It's like okay, but like this is one of those freak injuries that he may be able to come back, but he may never be the same. And how that's gonna mess him up mentally, like
Was he's out for like what, a year?
probably 6 months. He's probably done for this season, or if he can make it back for this season, he'll probably be on minute
How
limited
bad
limit.
was it? Did you guys see it in real time?
I saw the
It,
replays
it
of
was
it.
pretty bad. It
Is it bad?
was pretty bad.
Not Jamal Musiala bad.
No, 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 no,
Mm-mm.
no. That was
Oh.
a dislocate. If in fact the dislocation is better than this.
Mm.
Um, but do you guys think Liverpool should be going in for Semenyo and making a stronger case?
I don't know. I mean, they already have who, Gakpo in that position.
Yeah, but they're now that you look at it, they're kind of light.
Yeah, that is true.
Gakpo, Ekitike, Verts, Salah. And was supposed to be, well, yeah, he can play the 10.
Yeah, no,
Chiesa,
actually,
but I guess they don't rate him that much.
He's good off the bench, but he's not like, he's a squad player. He's not someone that you're going to start game in and game, like,
Mm-hmm.
know? I mean, you can make an
Sorry,
argument for Frimpong, but that's when he's healthy.
yeah. Sorry, Laurent. Yeah, you were saying.
no. I wasn't saying anything.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah, they are light. And if anything, this one is intriguing to me because I know Semenyo can play on both sides. But he's predominantly a left winger, and it's like I think they should be more targeting a longer term Salah replacement who can like proper play on the right hand side. I don't know, maybe they would have visions for him, but listen, we play Liverpool in a few weeks. I want to say early January, and without the likes of Isak and Salah, so some could say it could benefit us, but at the same time, you've brought up earlier this season, Arne Slot has issues maybe potentially around managing players and egos and things like that. So maybe without some big players in there forcefully because of Afcon and injury in that, it may force him to have a more settled side week in week out, which
yep.
could help him out. So
Yeah.
you know.
We shall see. Arsenal, we're probably going to go into this game hosting hosting Brighton with Man City top the Premier League again. This is one game that we dropped points last season, which was one of the games that cost us the league, I would say. We got, again, convincing, not convincing. We got to win at home to advance to the EFL semifinals today. There really isn't much for me to talk about this game. The only thing that I want to just say is just keep getting the job done. Last year, this is where we drop points. Just get the job done. Don't worry about what Man City does. You know that they're probably going to win. If they don't win, somehow miraculously they get a draw or somehow they lose. Don't get overamped. Don't get over anxious. Just do your job. Don't even look at the scoreboard. If I'm Arteta, I'd be telling the players, I don't want you looking at the scores. I don't want you keeping tabs on it. Just go into the game. Just another game. Go ahead and try to get a result. As always, my expected lineup: Raya, Timber, Saliba, Nkapie. I heard he is injured though, so I don't know if he's going to be able to get fit for this game. But I'm assuming that he is. So he would slot right back in for me. Calafiori at left back. Um, the midfield trio of Zubamendi, Rice, Odegaard, and then Trossard, Gyökeres, Saka. I don't know, CJ, you see it any differently? Like the only change that I would make is if Nkapie is not fit, then slot in Calafiori and play MLS at left back.
Yeah, I think pretty spot on. Yeah, my only thing I agree with is if Nkapie is out, then I think Calafiori goes in the center back and you bring in MLS. MLS had a good game today. I was actually quite pleased with his performance, and good for him. I want him to get back in the side and play when he can, because you can tell he loves the Arsenal, and um, he's one of our own. We love him too. So yeah, hopefully, like I said, obviously, if Nkapie is injured, that's unfortunate. We don't want injury on anyone, but I think MLS can more than do the job. If he comes in there. And Calafiori at center back, I was encouraged by his center back performance today. He looked strong in there against Matata. he's more of a bigger physical presence than Hincapié, and that's no slight on Hincapié. It is what it is. But Calafiori is bigger in stature. And I think something like this in the Premier League in these games, man, what you're realizing is you need your center backs big, strong, tall, physical. And in the absence of a Gabriel for now, Calafiori's height and stature and presence and physicality is helpful, I think, next to Saliba. Calafiori is quietly having a very good season, so I think I'd be fine with that back line if Nkapie was out to do the job. Otherwise, I think the rest of the team, like you said, stays the same in terms of your midfield three reverts back to type, Zubi, Rice, and Odegaard. Although Odegaard is concerning me at the moment, but that's a conversation for another day. And then your front
When
three.
is he not concerning you?
Yeah, I know, man. I'm not very happy with him at the moment, but it is what it is. We just got to keep rolling on. Trossard, Gyökeres, and Saka, front three. Yes, Gyökeres, looks to capitalize hopefully on returning back to scoring form from last weekend. And so, I think that's it. And I think not much more needs to be said. It's got to be 3 points.
Yeah, nothing else but 3 points. Just one question, if I may.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say Nkapie is back. The performance that Calafiori had in the League Cup, do you think it makes Arteta question playing Nkapie at left back just to get that stature? Because some of the runs that Calafiori was making from left center back today, I was like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
this is you can get Nkapie to tuck in. MLS was tucking in today, and I think that stature piece because the last couple of games you've noticed like Watkins would go to Nkapie's side for those long balls. Sunderland, Isidore, if I'm
Mm-hmm.
not mistaken, he would go on Nkapie's side. Like, do you think that's something that Arteta would be thinking about? Because again, we're talking about fine margins and that height difference. And again, I don't think Nkapie is doing anything wrong, but it's like you can't teach height.
Yeah, no, potentially, because you saw it against Wolves, right? We were all stunned when we played Wolves and he shifted the whole back line around to get Hincapié at left back. Do you remember? We all said MLS
Yep.
should have started against Wolves, but he literally played Ben White right back, Timber and Saliba center back, so Hincapié can play left back, instead
Yeah.
of putting in MLS. So maybe that's something he might look at. Clearly, I think Hincapié's more long term future at Arsenal would be at left back as opposed to left center back. So it wouldn't be totally surprised. But Hincapié does look more built like a left back, like more traditional left back. He's decent on the ball. He likes to get forward. He looks like one of those like touch line fullbacks who will go drive down the line and get across in the box. So yeah,
Okay.
no, I'd like to see that at some point going forward.
Last few games, Burnley, they look to build on the crucial point away from home. They're hosting Everton, who again they're trying to stay relevant in the race for European spots. I don't know about you guys. I don't really see anything but Everton win in this game. Turf Moor is a difficult place to go to, but Everton played Arsenal well. And yes, they're missing a few players to AFCON. I think they have too much class in that side. And I think it's just gonna be too much for Burnley. I don't know if you guys see it any differently or if I'm
A draw wouldn't surprise me, to be honest.
hmm,
A draw would not surprise me.
like one of those cold
Hmm.
winter in British games, like a nil-nil draw or like a 1-1.
Yeah, yeah, no, I wouldn't be surprised. But like you said, Burnley's quite decent at turf more. And Everton has looked unconvincing. I know, again, we only beat them 1-0, but they did not look good at all against us, really.
Hmm. They do have 7 losses.
Yeah.
Wait, what
Uh,
happened? Because I swear they were performing at some point, no? Like, and they managed to creep up a bit.
yeah, I mean, with this loss and some of the other games, they dropped from 6th to 10th. But if they win this, they'll be on 27 points. And depending on how the other games go, they could be sitting in 6th spot.
Mm. Now,
So
is it like due to Grealish's absence, in terms of his non-performance? Because
I,
I swear.
I,
Mhm.
I think so. Yeah, I think you have it
Mm.
spot on.
Mm.
Because at the beginning of the year, Grealish was on fire.
Yeah.
I think you're spot on. Mr. Piana,
Yo.
is Chelsea gonna help us?
Uh,
Is
uh,
is the little boys going to help us?
hmm. Well, I mean, this is a home game. I feel like we haven't had one of those in a while, or too many of those in a while, in the league. But yeah, no, I'm confident. I think the side they do show, a bit of grit and intent. Again, it's just are those mistakes going to take place, right? That shutting off here and there. But all in all, right, I do believe that we can get the result at home. So
Is that your prediction?
yeah, that's gonna be my prediction. You can put me down for sure.
Yikes. Okay. Okay. I hope it's true.
I hope so too, man.
I hope it's true. And if it is true, I'm gonna be so happy. I'm gonna be calling you. I'm gonna be say, Laurent, that's the best Christmas present. Thank you, Mr. Grinch.
Well, shit, man. Like, make sure you guys do your job before you start, getting all
Ah,
the
no,
goodies.
no, no, don't watch that. We'll be fine. Don't watch that. Don't,
Mm,
don't watch that.
yeah, yeah, we'll be fine, right? Yeah, all right.
Somehow we'll get the result. Oh shit. All right, last two games, boys, before we can get this pot out. Sunderland missing six players. Hey, they put up a performance against Brighton at the Amex last week. They're hosting Leeds, who again, they're these two teams I do not see going back down. I think both these teams are going to stay up again. 4-1 win for Leeds against Palace. They're currently sitting on 19 points. Again, they're in thereabouts for the relegation battle. They're 6 points ahead of West Ham, who's sitting in 18th. But I don't see these teams going down. But I do think that this is going to be a stalemate. I don't really see anyone edging this game. I think Sunderland don't have enough firepower, and I think Leeds are just, I don't know. I just don't think that they can go there and get a result. Am I reading into it too much? You guys agree?
Leeds is in decent form, I think. So I wouldn't be surprised again at another draw, maybe, or like I think they can get a result over their Leeds because of the form that they're in and because of Sunderland missing some players. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, Leeds has been in really good form. They've been scoring some goals, so I think there'll be goals in the game. That's for sure.
Wait, Sunderland, AFCON due to AFCON, or they're
Six
missing.
players,
Hmm.
yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, they got a result away at the Amex, so that's a huge result. A draw at Amex is it's quite difficult for them missing six players.
Right, right. Yeah, but now it's just gonna be sustained, right?
Yeah, I think a draw is not a bad result for both teams.
Mm.
Hmm.
I think CJ, you might be bang on right with that. And last game, Crystal Palace hosting Spurs, who are both teams are currently in poor form. Palace looking to put things right after another loss, this time in the cup, and Spurs just being Spursy. Like, I don't even want to give this game any like. I what is there to say in this game? What's if you're like a journalist? What is your headline for this game?
Yeah, that's one interesting headline.
You know,
And I'm actually surprised the guy still has a job.
Thomas Frank.
Yeah.
You know, as much as everyone hates Ange Postecoglou, he won something. He said he's going to win something. He won something, and now, with Palace being out of the cup, Gahey might go in January. Oliver Glasner is most likely going end of the season.
Hmm.
Like, so it's going to be. I'm curious to see which way this game's going to go. I don't know if it's going to be 0-0. I don't know if it's going to be you know, a scoring fest because Spurs do play well away from home, but Thomas Frank's seat is hot. It's boiling.
Mm.
Mm.
And if he doesn't win, I would not be surprised if he gets sacked.
Yeah, no, I agree. And then honestly, even when we looked at Palace today, right? I mean, apart from the second half, those guys they look exhausted, man. Like,
Mm.
and plus, Mateta, I think he has a knee issue, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys noticed that, but at times he was limping.
Well, that's what happens when you play Thursday, Sunday, or Thursday, Saturday, Tuesday. right?
Right,
The
right.
Conference League, Europa League. Like, I mean, you wouldn't know because you guys had two squads, but that's typically what happens to these
Mm,
lower squads,
mm. Yeah.
right? Um, all right, let's get the predictions out. CJ's leading the way with 45 points. Lauren and I tied on 44. Arsenal Brighton. I already got mine down.
I'm gonna
CJ.
go. Oh,
Oh, sorry.
yeah, I'm gonna go Arsenal.
Why are you copying us, bro?
Well,
CJ.
tech for one, technically, I'm supposed to answer first,
Ah, ah.
or yeah, right. But wait, CJ, you said Arsenal?
Yeah, I'm saying Arsenal. Yeah.
I don't need to ask him. I already know what he's gonna say.
Mm. Uh,
Chelsea Villa. You said Chelsea, eh? Big up the Chelsea.
yeah, I said Chelsea.
Oh fuck. You know what? I think this is that game that Chelsea do it. You
Oh,
guys, you guys haven't been winning games since you guys won the cup against Arsenal, the 1-1 draw and beating Barcelona. So you guys won your trophy for the year already. So yeah, I'm gonna say Chelsea. Say Chelsea. CJ?
Mm, mm. Draw.
I knew it.
I was initially gonna go with a draw, to be honest. That was my initial prediction in my mind, but I
You can
did.
change it.
Huh?
You can
No,
change it.
it's just I had someone, give me a bit of information
Hmm.
that says yeah, computing, all that, and yeah, so I'm going with a Chelsea win.
Huh? And last but not least, Boxing Day match. What, Manchester United versus Newcastle United at Old Trafford?
This is a tough one. This is a tough one. The last game they had, who did they play? And they lost by one. Who was it? Villa?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they lost Bruno Fernandes.
Oh, so wait, Bruno was in that game.
He was
Hmm.
in the first half.
Mm,
Newcastle could very easily win this game.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna go Newcastle.
Mm,
Hmm.
I'm gonna go draw. Wait, hold on. Kobe Mainu, is he still injured?
No, he's not gonna see the pitch.
Really?
Eminem hates him.
Yeah, coach doesn't rate him.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a bit strange. I don't know. I feel like that's like almost personal vendetta. Like,
it is. Manu would solve so many issues for this team.
mm. So wait, who's gonna replace Bruno?
Lataro,
Lataro?
Martinez.
The defender?
Yeah, he used to play. He used to play center defensive mid at AX.
Oh, Lissandro
Oh,
Martinez. You mean?
Lissandro. Sorry, I said Lataro. My bad.
Yeah, yeah, but no,
Is
but
he?
the defender, their
Yes,
defender.
Mhm.
yes, yes.
I don't trust that. I do not
He
trust
looked good
that
in the
at all.
cameo at Villa. He was spraying it. He looked good.
Ah, fuck.
Casemiro's gonna slide in for Ugarte. Martinez is gonna play next time.
Yeah, I'm going draw. I'm going draw.
Really? Yeah.
Mhm.
Mr. Young.
Hmm.
That was a weird ass noise, bro.
Bro, how long is the AI gonna take to give you that prediction for you, bro?
Listen, you're the one asking all these questions. Ah. Well, Yeah, this is a tough one to call. I'm gonna go draw.
All right, I have a chance at going ahead. Well, fellas, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you, viewers, listeners. We appreciate you. Enjoy the festive season. Get as much footy in. Remember, AFCON is on. Uh, we're all supporting Congo. We're all supporting Nicholas Jackson.
Well, some
Huh.
of us.
Some of us. Some of us. All of us.
I rate my Nigerian.
Hey, Nigeria looks good. Um,
And they didn't look so good a few a few months back.
it's all good, man. It's all good. But hey, listen, hit that like, hit that subscribe. Merry Christmas from the three of us. We appreciate every single one of you that listen, that give us the time of day. Um, hopefully that our banter and our authenticity just gives you a little bit of joy when you listen to us. Anything else, sad guys, before we head out?
Nope. Yeah. Sorry, boys, I gotta run. But and to all my viewers, and to all our viewers, thank you very much. We appreciate you as always. It's been a long journey to get to this point. We're almost at a full year. And we're at the Christmas season, and you guys are gonna be catching this on Boxing Day. So hope you had a good Christmas with family, friends, food, and all that good stuff. Not too many beverages. And yeah, Merry Christmas from us. And yeah, here's to a successful, prosperous New Year.
Adios.
Adios, guys. Cheers.